Hello everyone, hopefully welcome back. So, Forsaken finally decided to update, bringing Noli to the roster of killers. And what do I think? I think he's the worst killer in the game. I'm sorry, there's no way to sugarcoat it. I think this purple and black dude needs a buff. And later in the video, I'll give my take on how to do that. Just remember not to harass any of the developers. They are real people who have been putting up with legal work, especially because of the drama. Anyway, let's get to it.
What's going on? I'm scared! Who the fuck is—
Noli is based on a classic Roblox myth, way back from 2010. Noli was tied to strange in-game events and a mysterious account that eventually vanished. Over time, the legend grew. Some say he was a hacker, others a glitch. Whatever he is, he's one of the most iconic myths Roblox has ever seen. How does Forsaken portray his character? Well, Forsaken portrays him as a trickster, comedian, corrupt guy. This is not a bad start. It's very creative if you ask me. I'm gonna consume. Oh! Before I get into my ideas for a buff for this guy, let's review how his kit works. Noli has 2 passives and 3 abilities. Also an M1 that deals 25 damage with a somewhat long hitbox. His passives are Hallucination. Noli's attacks and abilities build up hallucination stacks on survivors. With even one stack, their aura is visible to Noli. And the higher the level, the darker the glow. At level 2, fake healing items spawn to distract them. At level 3, a fake Noli appears and stalks them. For a second passive, Prankster. At the start of the match, Noli plants fake generators in every unused gen spot. Survivors who try to fix them get punished. 1 stack of hallucination for a partial fix. And instantly max stacks if they fully complete it. These gens give no progress or reward, unless you know what to look for. Glitches, off-color wires, wrong sounds, and incorrect rewards are some ways you can identify if the generators are fake. His abilities are Void Rush. Noli charges forward after a short windup, dealing 10 damage and applying hallucination too. He can dash again. If the second hit lands on an hallucinated survivor, it slams them into the ground for 30 extra damage. I would say this ability is decent, if not for the huge end lag and slowness you get from using it. Also, you do not recover stamina while using it, which is odd considering Cool Kid can restore stamina when he's using Walk Speed Override. For a second ability, Nova, Noli throws his Void Star, which explodes on contact and pulls in nearby survivors, dealing 15 damage. It can be detonated earlier for control, but doing this shrinks the blast radius. I think this is probably his best and most balanced ability. The fact you can hit through walls is also amazing, forces survivors to waste some stamina and keep distance if they get hit by it. It's just a good ability overall. Last but not least, Observant. After a short windup, Noli reveals all generators and can teleport to one. Survivors near the target gen get hit with varying levels of hallucination based on their distance. This ability is decent. The end lag it has is fair, considering, you can just teleport across the map in a single button press. With all of this combined, I expected a trickster type killer that forces survivors to be uneasy and doubt everything. But right now his hallucinations just feel hoarded and buggy. I have probably never fallen for one of his hallucinations before due to how obvious they are. Sometimes I just see a fake Noli spawn in the corner of the map where, he couldn't have been there, considering I was just there and there's no other way for him to come from there. Or I just see a healing dispenser floating in the air. I feel like this is only meant to trick less experienced players, but like really, really new players, which, to be fair, you won't really need your hallucinations for killing the newest players. Alright, here is where I give you, the viewer, my idea of how to buff this guy, starting with his passives. So, as I said previously, fake generators give various stacks of hallucinations, but I feel it could do more and be way more punishing for survivors to do them. On top of giving a survivor 1 stack of hallucination, make it so fake generators add 4 seconds to the match, instead of taking 4 seconds unlike real generators. Completing a decoy should feel like a serious mistake, not a minor nuisance. Also, please make fake items as well, but able to be detected if they're fake. A mistype on the Bloxy's color description maybe, texture change on the medkit, anything. Maybe healing with a fake medkit gives you poison instead of healing. The Bloxy Cola could give you slowness. These changes would penalize survivors and force them to be more attentive. Hallucination's currently just a glorified locator. Trigger the chase theme even when Noli isn't nearby, or suppress it entirely to sow doubt. Spawn items that are not real. It could also spawn survivors that aren't there. I think it's great already that it fakes Dusakar's shields and pizza throws if these characters are in the match. These changes would create a genuine mind game experience that Trickster Killer should deliver. For Void Rush, I don't know how to change his ability without making completely broken. I don't think Noli should recover stamina during it, considering it can sprint at high velocities from point A to point B. But a way I would change this ability is variant in lag. Let's assume I use the ability and just move 5 studs. My in-lag should be almost none. However, if I go across the map with it, the in-lag should be drastic. Most maps were not made with this ability in mind, so landing it most of the time is a pain. To finish this section off, Observant, I'd say completely rework this ability. So Observant is available from the very start of the match, but keep the generators locked until someone does a partial fix in each one of them. Survivors would have to choose between pushing generators quickly and give Noli access to chaotic movement, however the timer would go down, or delay the tasks and restrict his movement, buying time but hindering Noli severely. So yeah, this was my take. Noli could be fun, he could be unique, but right now he's just not in a good state. Anyway, Builderman cannot build here. Please let me, please subscribe, I think.